All right, we have been waiting patiently all week to talk to David Whiting, and he has been standing by impatiently over at the Orange County Register, waiting for us to get to him. How are you, Dave?
Terrific.
Good. Hey, I want to tell you, since we last saw you and you gave us some advice about taking it easy about exercising with your exercise regimen, I haven't been to the gym once.
Excellent. Good plan. And you are probably in the best shape of your life.
I don't know. I'm feeling a little lethargic, so I think I might want to get back to it. But I'll tell you, I've had more time on my hands this last week than ever before, so I want to thank you for that because I got all my closets
Good.
cleaned.
We do what we can do. And guilt-free.
That's right. Guilt-free. All right. Let's talk about your riding your bike to work. You are a man on a mission.
Yeah, this is National Bike to Work Week, but you sure wouldn't know it if you were out on the roads.
No.
There doesn't seem to be probably any more cyclists than there normally are, and maybe that's a good thing. The roads can be a little bit dangerous, but at the same time, gas is $4 a gallon, national obesity epidemic, and all this global warming talk. So I would have thought there would have been a little bit more, but I did go out and tried it out, and it was a lot of fun.
All right, talk about that fun you had. Now, what'd you do on Tuesday?
Well, on Tuesday, I biked to work, and here I am. It turns out not only do you have to bike to work on National Bike to Work Week, but you got to bike home. So we started out in the newsroom, biking home, and biking home was a lot harder than biking to work, and there were a lot more cars that were a little scary. Some cities, I'll mention, they don't like you riding on the sidewalk, so check out local laws before you try this sort of thing. But Grand Avenue scares the heck out of me.
Yeah.
So, and that's downtown Santa Ana where the Register offices are.
Right.
So I started off on the sidewalk and then quickly did move on to the road, and it was terrific. There's strawberries in the morning out near El Toro, not in Santa Ana, of course, a little bit more urban here. But also beautiful with the sunrise, riding home, lots of traffic, and not a lot of cyclists. But at least you can figure that out and have a good time, I think, depending on how far away you live from work.
Well, and give us a rough guesstimate between the Orange County Register building and your home. How many miles is that?
Oh, it's just about 25 miles, so not too bad. It sounds like a lot, but
it is.
One way? Seriously, one way?
One way, yeah.
Oh, forget that. Are you kidding me? You rode 25 miles one way to work.
Yeah, and then I had to ride home. That was the hard one, but after a long day. But it's I tell you, I felt terrific. 3/4 of the day at work, the best I felt in a long time. That little exercise in the morning really puts a little spring in your step.
And how did you figure out how to get from, and I know that you're an athletic guy and you ride your bike a lot and you're outdoors all the time, but for those of us who stay inside, how did you go about figuring out the best way to get to work? Because, it's not, you can't just take the freeway, clearly.
No.
You got to figure out your route before you head out.
That would be the nice thing. I think the freeways, if there weren't any cars on it, would be wonderful to ride because there's no stop signs and they have those swooping kind of curves. But the best thing I would do is, that's a good question because really take a look at a map. Don't do MapQuest. You want to take a look at a map and find out. You can go to different websites. If you type in bicycling in Orange County, you'll find websites that have the bike lanes, roads with bike lanes on them. That's one thing. You definitely want to make sure you have a bike lane, and that's tough to do, particularly in cities north of the 55 in North Orange County. It's a little bit more dicey. In South Orange County, lots of marked bike lanes. And also one thing to do is to try to reduce those left-hand turns, the turns where you're going to have to be out in the middle of traffic and turning left. Not a lot of fun. Still scares me a little bit. If you do, though, go behind the cars, get in the regular lane with cars, and they'll treat you like a vehicle, and everybody's pretty polite. They sure were out there. They were great yesterday, but I prefer trying to figure out right turns, even if it makes my bike commute a little bit farther.
Right.
Talk about the other bike commuter that you met.
This was a neat guy. I was looking out for a cyclist, and he had a backpack on, and I thought, I'll bet that's somebody who's biking to work because you got to do those change of clothes and all of that stuff. And sure enough, Darren Maxwell of Tustin, he rides 9 miles one way, and of course he rides in each direction, so it's an 18-mile round trip. And he works the graveyard shift in Irvine at Albertson's warehouse. Amazing guy. He's got 3 kids, ages 14 on down. His eldest daughter, Lacey, she's a champion mountain biker herself. So this guy's a terrific person. He's 43 years old, been cycling for 13 years, and he just started commuting a couple of years ago. He says it relaxes him by the time he gets to work and by the time he gets home.
Wow.
So he recommends it for everyone. He also saves almost $100 a month now just on gas alone, and that doesn't include, of course, the wear and tear on a car.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, okay, so what's your resolution? Have you decided that you're going to do this like once a week or once a month now?
Oh, I wish it was. You know, after biking to work yesterday, my resolution was to do this at least once a week. After biking home, my resolution was, I think I'm going to drive my car.
Wait till next year when.
David, some quick tips for us, because I'm one that it scares the heebie-jeebies out of me to get out on the road now riding a bike if there's no bike lane, and even then I'm cautious.
Yeah, the best thing to do is you know, be hyper alert all the time.
Yeah.
Give, of course, the cars the right of way. Some cyclists are very insistent about their rights, and their right. Cyclists have just as much legal right on the road as cars do. But you know what? Cars, 3 tons, steel, human flesh and bone. The bike, give the cars the right of way is my advice. Wear a helmet all the time. It's the law for kids. It's also a darn good idea. Make sure that if you're riding, even at dusk, that you have lots of lights, rear flashing red lights, a headlight as well. But I'd avoid riding after when the sun starts going down altogether.
Right.
And try to ride on streets that don't have the heavy traffic like Grand Avenue does in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
Plan your ride out a little bit in advance. Take it easy. Maybe have a bite to eat in the middle, and be sure to bring some water along with you.
Very good. All right. You can read David Whiting's column in OC Outdoors. It's in the Orange County Register. Thanks so much, Dave, for joining us. Always a pleasure.
You.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye.